Okay, if we look at number 1, okay, most of these you're going to kind of have to rewrite the equation down below it. So I got x plus 16, and don't worry about the sign, okay, because some of you guys, you just genuinely don't know how to read the sign, okay? And a couple of quick refreshers, okay, so, which you shouldn't really need them, but we have a left side of an equal sign and a right side, okay? Letters always are on the left, and numbers are always going to be on the right, okay? So, x plus 16, I'm trying to get x by itself, okay? So I have a plus 16, so I need to minus 16 from both sides. So x, and we have this symbol, we're going to drop down, okay? And then I got 24 minus 16 is going to be 8. Okay, that wasn't too bad because it's just a one step, okay? It's literally no different than solving equations. The only difference is I have the less than or equal to, greater than or equal to symbols in place of an equal sign, okay? So my x equals 8. Should that be an open dot or a closed dot?
Open.
I forgot. Okay, so an open is going to be the less than or greater than, and the closed, okay, is one where it's going to have a line underneath of it, okay? So the less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay, so we need to find the 8, and we're going to put a closed dot. Okay, and which way is my arrow pointed? Okay, and by that I mean, see how like this comes to a point? Okay, that means my arrow should be going this way. Okay, and let me give you guys a tip, okay? So I got my answer to 8. If 8 is not somewhere on this number line because they're pre-generated, you know your stuff's not right, okay? So you shouldn't get 50 because is there an option to map 50 up here? There's not, so you know that your answer is wrong, okay? So it gives you a hint. Your answer should be between 3 and 13. If it's not, it ain't right. Okay, so if we look at number 2, my answer should be between -4 and 6. Okay, if it's not right. So let's look at number 4, 3, 4, something. Let me look at it first. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Let's do 3. Okay, 3. So I'm going to write my stuff down below here. -20 is less than -28. Okay, and we can see, first thing to look at, our number line skips markers. Okay, so this is really -5, -7, -9, 10, 11. Okay, so it skips every 2, so make sure that you're paying attention to that. So our answer ideally should be between -5 and -15. Okay, I have p minus 20. So how do I move a minus 20? Add 20 to both sides because I'm trying to get p by itself. So p, and I got -8. Well, -8 falls within that marker. Okay, should it be an open dot or a closed dot?
That's open, right?
Yeah, so it should be an open dot, and my arrow is pointing towards the left. Okay, so as long as your letter is on the left side, that trick works. Okay, so my arrow's like pointed this way, and I can see I got my point up here going that way, so we know that they kind of match up. Okay, and that works every single time as long as your letters are in the right spot. Okay, let's look at number 5. Okay, so I got m minus 20. Okay, so I need to get m by itself. Okay, so I'm going to say plus 20, plus 20. So m is less than or equal to, or less than, and it's going to be 14. Well, look, 14's up here on our number line, so we know so far it looks good. Okay, and it should be an open dot, and my arrow should be pointing that way, to the left. Okay, look at number 7. Okay, I didn't realize until the other day, but 7, the ones that are fractions are kind of hard for you guys to do because you don't have the same calculators that we do in the classroom, okay? Because the classroom calculator kind of definitely do it for you, okay? So, I'm going to try to teach you how to do it by hand. Okay, so these are still the same, but instead of addition and subtraction, it's multiplication and division. So once again, I'm trying to get the letter all by itself, okay? So 7 over 4. Okay, so what is on the letter side that shouldn't be?
The variable?
Yeah, so right here is the letter, okay, and there's a 4 attached to it. So we need to move that 4. So b over 4, okay, is that multiplication or division? It's division right now, so we need to do the opposite and multiply. So you're going to say times 4 times 4. Okay? Now, when we multiply with fractions, okay, you always just multiply the tops together. Okay, so 7 times 4, okay, is going to be 28 over 4. Okay, so 7 times 4 give me that 28, and I keep the bottom the same. Okay, and 28 over 4 is really just 7. Okay, so, and 7 is up on there, so we got, it should be an open dot on 7, and my arrow should be pointing to the right. Okay, let's look at 8. So 8 says negative 15, m is greater than negative 270. Okay, so I got negative 15m. What's it mean when they're right next to each other?
You gotta multiply.
It means multiply, so what do we need to do? What's the opposite?
Division.
Divide, so we're going to divide both sides by 15. Divide by 15. Okay, here is the only change with inequalities, okay? And people forget all the dang time. When you multiply or divide by a negative, okay, you have to flip the sign. Okay, so somewhere on your paper in red, something, you better write yourself a note. When you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip the sign. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so we divided by a negative. It doesn't really matter what kind of negative. So we need to flip the sign. So see how this sign is pointed like this way? So down here, I know that my sign is going to be pointed this way. I don't mean flip by add a line or don't add a line, okay? So, but we have to flip it, okay? So over here now, I just have m. And on this side, I have something. 270 divided by 15 is going to be 18. Okay, so we did it the exact same except for we have to flip the sign. When you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip the sign. Okay, so I got 18 and it should be an open dot and my arrow should be pointed to the left. Let's do 10. Okay, so 10, what type of problem is this right now?
Fraction.
Huh?
Fraction.
It is a fraction. So fraction means multiply or divide?
Multiply.
Okay, fraction, see, that's always a tricky question when I ask you because I don't know what you mean. Fraction means divide, so we need to do the opposite, which is going to be what? Multiplication.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I think I know what you guys mean, but then I don't know if you know what I mean. Okay, so we're gonna cross these out. So you got x. Okay, did we multiply or divide by a negative?
We multiplied.
But was it negative?
Oh, for 15?
Yeah.
No.
No, so we don't need to flip our sign. Okay, and then 14 times the 15 is going to be negative 210. Okay, and that's on our list of numbers. So once again, same thing. If it's not even anywhere on your number line, then you know you did something wrong. Okay, so the negative 210, and it should be a closed dot, and the arrow should be going to the left. Okay, if you forget to flip the sign, not only is your problem wrong, but then it also makes the way that the arrow is pointed wrong. Okay, let's look at 11. Okay, 11 says negative 18, B greater than 90. Okay, what type of problem is this right now?